Happy birthday, Aquarius. Welcome to your February 2015 Runescope reading with me. My name is Amanda. Just want to remind you to check out the video for your rising sign as well. That can clarify some information that is in this very general sun sign reading. Or you can get a reading with me. I do those on Skype. They are $65 for a 30-minute session. And in those readings, we can talk about things that you're specifically dealing with, because again, these are very general readings for thousands of people. As I mentioned in my yearly overview videos, I am going to be offering an online class. This is going to be February 23rd through April 3rd. It's $185. It's a 6-week course. And it's very possible that by the time I get these videos uploaded, that class will be filled. I have 26 spots. I feel like that is a number that I can handle along with and balance with the rest of my life. So I'm going to limit that. So it's basically just the first 26 people who submit their payment and get signed up. But you can inquire about that. If all goes well, I will be offering more classes throughout the year, and I can certainly go ahead and add you to the wait list and let you know the next time I will be offering a class. But let's jump in, Aquarius, and see what they want to tell y'all for February 2015 here. Okay, let's, I've pre-shuffled the tarot in the essence of saving time since I cast the runes on camera. So let's see what the tarot wants to add. All right, your focus in February, Aquarius. Some of you may be purchasing a home or dealing with real estate, and you may be moving in with someone. Now, for some of you, this may be a romantic partner. This may be a roommate. This may be, you know, of course, a husband. Maybe you recently got married in 2014 or in January of 2015, and you're looking to close a deal. Now, there may be some delay and disruption around this. This could have something to do with the Mercury retrograde period, and that's going on until February 11th. So if you can put off signing any contracts until then, you know, that would probably be a good idea. Of course, we can't always do that. So that's just, you know, and if you can, sort of a reminder, because you may find that, you know, things are delayed. I think that's how it's going to work out for most of you. It's just maybe delayed in closing if you're closing on a house, or if you're looking to move into an apartment or a new place. There may be some disruption around this relationship. It may that, you know, and that could just be the stress of moving. You know, that's normally a very stressful period for everyone. So you may be arguing a little bit more than usual if this is your mate, but I do think that this is just a temporary thing. It's just the energy for February, and probably just the beginning of February, again, to do with that Mercury retrograde. For some of you, this may have something to do with a will or inheritance. There may be disruption in the family around that, or delays in getting things dispensed, delays in getting things dealt with property. The advice here is to not push things forward. You just kind of have to roll with the delays and just kind of sit back, because the more you push, the more frustrating it will become, or the more difficulties you may encounter or create. So the advice is to anything that's delayed, you know, don't push forward. Now, some of you, this may just fully be in a relationship sense. Maybe you've encountered some delays. You know, maybe there have been arguments, disruptions around a relationship. And again, does not have to be a romantic relationship. In fact, for many of you, this will be family disputes, family arguments, or issues around that. You know, and maybe you feel like you're stuck. There's no way forward, you know, with somebody close to you or with someone you live with. You could be having arguments with a roommate or again, your mate. Just disruption, domestic disruption, or feeling stuck, feeling like there's a delay, feeling like, you know, there's something out of your hands. And that's the message here for most of you, Aquarius. A lot of this has been caused by external events or another person. So these delays and issues or disruptions you're running into, I think for most of you, and again, not always, These energies always work both ways. In some cases, maybe Aquarius started the disruption. It's gonna, you know, you're gonna have to decide as you watch this, as so many people are watching, which is the case. But it's out of your hands for the most part. Whether you started it or not, or whether it was based off of your actions or not, right now it's out of your hands. There's nothing more you can do. And accepting this may be difficult. Because Aquarians, you can sometimes want to fix everything. You are humanitarians. That's your big thing. You are very big on service to others, providing service to others, helping others. And in a certain case, or in this case in February, you may be dealing with a situation that you can't fix, and that may be frustrating you to no end. Because you don't like to admit defeat. You're very stubborn. You are a fixed sign. But what they're saying here, Aquarius, is you can't move forward right now. And you know, this may be a lesson for you, but more than likely for most of you, this is a lesson for another person. So, and the more you push, the more frustrated you're going to become, because you can't, you can only handle yourself and your reaction to situations and people. You can't control them. So, patience in February, Aquarius, and shift your focus to other things, because I do think that if you can do that, there's something that you take a lot of joy in that will be available to you in February. Some of you, this may be something that you've never knew you had an aptitude for. It may be something that you never knew you possessed the skill for, but I see you just kind of investigating things and interests. And, for some of you, this may be something you've put off for a while, maybe a skill or a talent that's been kind of dormant for a while, but this is where your energy is supposed to go. For a lot of you, this may even be why this is happening. Maybe this relationship was taking up too much of your time. This relationship, this person, this situation. They're trying to direct your focus in another way, or put your focus where it should be. And for a lot of you, again, this is something that brings you joy. Now, for some of you, this could be a relationship. This could be a new person who just brings, who makes you feel good. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but I mean, this is the rune of joy. And it literally means, doing something with someone whose company you enjoy, having fun with something. You enjoy the company, you enjoy the people that you're with, and you also enjoy the activity or whatever it is. So if there's something cool going on in February, an event or something that you're interested in, definitely go. And if you're invited to do something with someone, definitely go and enjoy yourself. And this, for a lot of you, this may be, around your birthday. Somebody wants to take you out for your birthday or celebrate. And you should do that, because I feel like it's just going to take your mind off of things you can't change right now. And, other people's lessons and direct your attention where it should be. And, in doing this, it's also going to help you to avoid any arguments or avoid any struggles. It could be that 2015, the start of the year, maybe it didn't get off to the best start, Aquarius. And there is kind of an old superstition or an old adage that the worse a year starts, the better it's going to be. And that's kind of what I'm feeling for you, Aquarius. So don't judge all of 2015 based on the first couple of months. January and February may be, more difficult than the rest of the year, but I feel like our year really gets started, as it normally does, around March. January and February can generally just be a continuation of the previous year and kind of wrapping up loose ends. But I do think there's a new start for you in February, Aquarius. There's something that you're getting the ball rolling on that's going to be very, very positive for you and liberates you from a self-imposed prison. You're going to be freed from this with the Eight of Swords here. In the reverse, I mean, it means you finally take the blindfold off and see, I could have walked out of that at any time. And for a lot of you, again, this may have something to do with family. It may have something to do with mother or children, because with Bjork, this is the rune of new beginnings, but it's also the rune of mother. So there's some new beginning that you are starting in February that it's along the path. It's where you're supposed to be going, and you're going to feel this very strongly because it's just going to tend to lift the fog as soon as you start pursuing this, or as soon as you start focusing on this in February, Aquarius. And for some of you, maybe this person that you undertake this with, or you know, go to this event with, that was bringing you joy, maybe it is your mother, or maybe it's your daughter, or another female member of your family, or a close friend. But normally this is a maternal energy. And it's also an excellent health rune. So if you've been concerned about mom, or maybe even yourself, if you've been having health issues, this is an excellent rune for recovery and being freed from that, or getting started on the road from correcting those problems, getting treatment for any health issues that you may have experienced. And help that's going to be available to you in February, I think you're going to feel like your luck is changing. Now, you will have to make a concerted effort to shift your focus. But once you do that, Aquarius, your reward is going to be that you are no longer feeling like, feeling deceived, or like someone's gotten something over on you. Because I feel like that's going back to this. Maybe that's how you were feeling at the end of 2014, or in January. Maybe you felt like you were competing with someone for someone else's attention, or for something to do with a will, or for property, or, you know, for financial gain in some way. Maybe you felt that, you know, that was necessary. But what the runes are, and the tarot cards here are saying, is that, you know, don't lower yourself to someone else's level in February, because good behavior really is rewarded. And I think a lot of people have a lot of trouble seeing that. We don't always see the evidence of karma. We don't always see the results of karma, but it's happening all the time. And so the one who kind of puts down the sword and offers the olive branch, or the one who takes that step, that's the more courageous step. It's very easy to hold grudges, and it's very easy to be vindictive, and it's very easy to perpetuate immature behavior. The adult in the situation is the one who tries to work things out. And Aquarius, your gift is your communication. You're an air sign. All air signs have that gift of communication. And, you know, speaking the truth in an objective way, because you are very analytical, and you can see things in a very logical way that other people just, you know, can't see it, where they're coming from sometimes. And so I feel like you need to use that gift on yourself in February. Use your analytical gift, not to, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Because I don't feel like you did anything wrong. For the most part, Aquarius, most of you are not in the wrong here. Now, again, there are exceptions. And if it was you that caused an issue, admit your part. And I don't think most of you will have a problem doing that, because again, you have a lot of clarity when it comes to yourselves as well. You know, we all have our blind spots, because, you know, we live in our skin, we live in our own heads. Everybody has a bit of a problem being objective, but you're more objective than most, Aquarius. So I do feel like anything that you felt competitive, or feeling like somebody stole something from you, that's an illusion. It either wasn't yours in the first place because there's something better, or it's still yours. You just don't know it yet. So this relationship, this person, they still are either connected to you, or if there's someone else's, you kind of want this person to have them, because they're not meant for you. They're not meant for you. That's someone else's problem. Because I feel like whatever this was, this was someone who was causing friction and a problem. But what can't be changed about February is things are starting to balance out. Now, you may not see this until towards the end of February, because again, Mercury retrograde can wreak a little bit of havoc and can help us be, you know, at its very most, at its calmest even, can make us feel a little unbalanced, or like the energy is just a little erratic. And so you may have a lot of things going on. You may be having trouble balancing everything, Aquarius. And you can sometimes take on too much to keep your mind off of issues or off of problems. That can be, you know, a way that you avoid things. Be careful of overworking yourself or putting too much on your plate in February, Aquarius, in an effort to not think about things, because I feel like you need a clearness and a clarity of mind to redirect your focus on this new beginning, on this launch, on this creative project, on this health issue, on a pregnancy. That's also what this can be. This is a very strong fertility rune. So maybe some of you are trying to get pregnant in February, and or maybe you decide to get pregnant in February and you get to work on that. It's well starred. It's well starred. And some of you may be adopting a pet in February. You may decide, you know what, I'm not ready for a baby, but I would really like a dog or a cat or a bird or whatever furred or feathered friend you are most drawn to. And I feel like you will find the perfect addition. In mid-month or towards the end of February would be a great time to look for a new friend, a new pet. But yeah, you have a lot of protection around you in February. What is happening is supposed to happen even though it doesn't feel like it. And that is true 24/7, all the time, forever. We feel like, oh my God, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Because you chose to learn that lesson. Or someone else chose to learn a lesson and you're along for the ride. I mean, you know, there's always a lesson involved and we're always learning. Even if it's someone else's main lesson, there's something that we're taking from it as well. And I kind of feel like a lot of you have kind of gotten caught up in someone else's lesson here. And you're just kind of, again, along for the ride and dragged along for the ride, and you don't really want to be there, but take what you can from it. And you know, it may not be clear to you what you learned from this until it's behind you, because hindsight's 20/20. That saying certainly is true. You know how I love my cliches, because I think, yes, they're overused. That's why they're cliches, but there's some truth in them, or otherwise they wouldn't be so famous. They resonate with a lot of people. So, apparently they like them because they give them to me all the time. That's what comes to me. But yeah, I see new pets for a lot of you, or new projects, and I don't feel like for most of you, this is financial stuff. It could be, you know, this real estate deal and you finally moving into your new home at the end of the month, or getting a new place to live, or getting a new roommate, moving in with a relatively new mate. You know, but I do think that whatever this is, for a lot of you, it's not financial. It's just something that brings you pleasure. So it could be maybe starting a class, or it could be learning something new, a craft or a skill or a hobby that you enjoy. So turn your focus on that, Aquarius. You deserve to gift yourself with pleasure. And so whatever you take pleasure in, pursue that in February. And also, it's very expressive. So this stuff that's been going on with emotionally, you know, if there have been disputes or issues with someone else, if that's how this was playing out for you, express that in art, or express it in, you know, a project that you have. That's what art's all about. So, and I feel like a lot of you have a gift. That I see a lot of you drawing or sketching or writing, or, you know, again, communication is a strong suit for you. Or making videos. Here, anybody can post videos on YouTube. You got something to say? Put it up there. Maybe your channel will, you know, become huge and you can make some money off of that. So yeah, Aquarius, explore your strengths in February. Turn your focus, because you're being guided by your spirit guides to do this, to not only kind of pull you away from this muck, whatever this is, or these delays, and get you to head in the direction that the rest of the year is going to take you. And it's a slow progression, but things are balancing out this year. 2015 is a year of balancing for you, Aquarius. And that's karmically. It's also with litigation. It's also anything justice-wise. This also has a lot to do with karma. So, I mean, things are balancing out, and they will be fair. Even though everyone may not think they're fair, they will be karmically fair. But I feel like for the most part, for you, Aquarius, you're going to start to see a lot that karmic wheel turning. So no matter which side of it you're on, you know, whether you were the culprit or you were the one kind of caught up in someone else's lesson, things are going to start to balance out. And even if it was your lesson, even if it was you who maybe didn't understand a situation fully, or came at it from a more negative place, even if you didn't know you were coming at it from a negative place, that's going to balance out as well. And you will learn the lesson and move on. So, and you're being guided to do this. But it's going to be a gradual progression, as all things in life are. We all want it now, and you're not going to get it now, because life is all about patience. And you'll get it when you're ready. And you may think you're ready, but you're not. But this year you will be ready for a lot of things. But yeah, it's not going to be overnight. It is going to be gradual, but you start taking those steps in February. So Aquarius, it's very important. Focus on your strengths. Get out of your own head, you know, especially about other people. Turn those thoughts to, well, what about me? Turn those thoughts to yourself, which can be very difficult for Aquarius. You're always concerned about other people, helping other people, that humanitarian thing you got going on, but quit it. In February, focus on you. Turn your skills into something that gives you pleasure, or something that can make you money. For those of you who have not been doing what you're supposed to be doing as far as profession or career, this could be the year that you really find it. And I feel like it's something you love to do. So, you know, we're not taught to do what we love to do for a living. We're taught to do what mom and dad want us to do, or what society wants us to do. And Aquarius, you've never been much about that anyway. You definitely march to the beat of your own drummer. So February is a month to take that to the oomph degree. Definitely get in touch with your inner punk. Or your inner wild child, and your inner creative self, your inner artist, your inner creator, and go for it, because this is going to lead you where you're supposed to be going this year. And it's like, you know, building blocks. We take a step, it leads to another step. We take a block, we keep building the building up until we're, you know, we have it done, when we've completed something and it turns out to be our life's work. It's crazy how that happens. So, Aquarius, that is what I see for February 2015. I do hope that was helpful. A lot of positive things happening. Just try to turn that negative around. Any negativity in your life, whether it's coming from you or other people, put the kibosh on it. And focus on things that fulfill you spiritually, creatively, and emotionally. Alrighty? Good luck with that, and I'll see you back here in March.